What's up, my homies that know me, the chicks that dig me, and everybody who thinks I'm cool? I am the leader of Tourette Nation. I am the Tourette Gamer, guys, and today is the first episode of The Bracket, where we take one topic and we put them in a bracket to find out who is the best, to find out who reigns supreme. And in today's episode, we're gonna take eight Call of Duty titles. We're gonna put them in a bracket. We're going to find out which is the best Call of Duty. We're going to find out which Call of Duty reigns supreme. And we're going to find out which Call of Duty is the GOAT. Don't forget to like this video. Let's get a like goal of, let's say, 10. If you're new, please subscribe. If you're already subscribed, thank you for your support, guys. And let's get straight into it. Today's episode of The Bracket. Well, the stage is set, guys, for the bracket. And if you guys don't know what the bracket is, or a bracket, basically we're going to take 8 Call of Duty titles. We're going to seed them 1 through 8, with the 1 seed taken on the 8 seed, the 4 seed taken on the 5 seed, the 3 seed taken on the 6 seed, and the 2 seed taken on the 7 seed. That's how the tournament layout is going to begin. Let's start with 2 games that did not make the cut. That's 2 games that are on the outside looking in. And the first game is going to be Call of Duty Ghost. Now, if you ask a lot of people, they're going to say Ghost was one of the worst Call of Duties ever made. I didn't mind it. I liked the hit detection in it. And it was actually the last game that featured boots on the ground. Some of the things I did not like about the game were, one, the maps were just a little too big. You really could not go on there with an SMG, rush around, get hundreds of kills. The maps were just too big. I mean, there was times when you could, but you're not going to do that every time. Another thing I did not like about the game were the score streaks. The score streaks were very limited to me. There were only maybe a couple that you can use that the AI controlled, and you can run around killing people to maximize your kills. That was another thing I didn't like. And the second game we're going to have on the outside looking in, on the bubble that didn't quite make it in, is the game that's currently going right now, and that is Call of Duty Infinite Warfare. Now, the reason I did not put that game in is because I still feel the game needs work. Every week, they're updating the game, they're fixing bugs, they're taking a playlist off of the rotation because there's bugs in it. The game wasn't even fully finished when it began. It's still not even fully finished to this day. I think the leaderboards still need buffing. We finally got a combat record, that was good. But also, the same thing about score streaks in that game. To me, I like score streaks that will be in the air getting you kills while you're getting kills with your gun. And you got the Warden that, will do that. But, the only other ones, you got the Vulture, which I don't like the Vulture. It gets me like 1 kill per use. That's it. The Sentry Gun, but even then, that only gets you a couple kills. So those are the reasons why those 2 games are out. So we have Call of Duty Ghost and Call of Duty Infinite Warfare that is currently out right now of the bracket, of the tournament. So let's go ahead and let's reveal the #1 overall seed. All right, we got the bracket up, guys. And as you can see, we have the 1 and the 8, the 4 and the 5, the 3 and the 6, and the 2 and 7. Let's go to the top half of the bracket and reveal who is the #1 overall seed. The #1 seed is Call of Duty MW2 Modern Warfare 2. There were plenty of Call of Duties we could have picked from, but I say this one was the best. So that is our #1 seed, and they will be taking on the #8 seed, Call of Duty Advanced Warfare, guys. This is going to be a great matchup. Both games are pretty good. Let's move on to the 4 and the 5 matchup. And the #4 seed, we have Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare. What a great game. As you know, they just remastered it. Both versions were a masterpiece. And they will be taking on the #5 seed, Call of Duty Black Ops 3. What a great matchup this is going to be. We have old school against new school. We have Infinity Ward versus Treyarch. Let's go ahead and move on to the bottom half of the bracket where we will unveil the number 3 seed. But before we do that, let's get a little overview on the 1-8-4-5 matchup. We have Modern Warfare 2 at the number 1 seed. Pretty well respected game. They will take on the Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. And we also have Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare coming in as the 4 seed, taking on the number 5 seed Black Ops 3. Great matchups there. And before we get to the number 3 seed, don't forget to drop a like on this video and subscribe if you're new. Without further ado, let's reveal who came in as the number 3 seed. Call of Duty World at War is your 3 seed. Wow, a very surprised pick right there for the 3 seed. I am shocked. I had mixed feelings about World at War and Black Ops 2. As we move on, we will see what will progress in this tournament. And they will take on the number 6 seed Call of Duty Black Ops 1, a game that I thought changed Call of Duty. What a great matchup here as we got World at War versus Black Ops 1. We have Treyarch versus Treyarch, Zombies versus Zombies. I cannot wait to dissect this matchup. And let's head into the final matchup, the number 2 seed Call of Duty Black Ops 2. Wow, that is amazing. I thought Black Ops 2 was going to be 3, World at War was going to be 2, but we have decided Black Ops 2 was going to be number 2. It's going to be great if we see a Black Ops 2 versus Black Ops 1 matchup in the semifinals. They are going to go ahead and take on the number 7 seed and the last team in the tournament, and that is Call of Duty MW3 Modern Warfare 3. What a great game. By far one of my favorites. One of my favorites to snipe in. The maps were great to snipe in. That's going to be a great matchup. The tournament is set, guys, as we go ahead and look over the field. We have tons of great matchups, guys. We even have a Treyarch versus Treyarch match. We have 3 different game developers featured here. We have Treyarch, we have Infinity Ward, and we also have Sledgehammer's one and only game so far. Of course, obviously the next Call of Duty is going to be by Sledgehammer. So without further ado, let's go ahead and dissect this tournament and find out which is the best Call of Duty. We're going to start in the upper half of the bracket, the number 1 and 8 matchup, Call of Duty MW2 versus Advanced Warfare. Now, MW2, arguably one of the best Call of Duties ever made. The maps were great, the weapons were great, the score streaks were great. They had the nuke in there, tactical nuke, and then Advanced Warfare was the first game of its kind. It was the first Call of Duty to go into the new movement system. Not many people liked it, but it was a change that everyone kind of wanted. Now everyone kind of wants to go back. Advanced Warfare also featured weapon variants. I believe something that we have not seen before. And their score streaks were, decent. Couple good score streaks here and there. But for this matchup, we are going with MW2. They are going to win this matchup. And the thing that really sold me on this one is Advanced Warfare was pretty much based on one weapon, and that was the ASM-1 Speakeasy. If you didn't have the ASM-1 Speakeasy, you were going to struggle, and if you did have it, you were going to be good. It was one of those guns that turned pretty much any player into a great player, no matter what you did before that. There was versions that tried to compete with the Speakeasy. I know a couple of YouTubers out there made videos about how to make the ASM-1 Speakeasy out of the Magnitude. It just was not the same. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to advance MW2 only because of the map selections. They had tons of great maps in there. They had great weapons in there. The score streaks overall were good. The game was much better flow-wise than Advanced Warfare. And personally, Boots on the Ground was much better than the movement system they had in Advanced Warfare. Let's move on to the 4-5 matchup. Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare versus Call of Duty Black Ops 3. Both were great games. One game got remastered, while the other one, obviously does not need to be remastered because people still play it. It's still kind of, I wouldn't say new, but it's still kind of out there. Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare was a great game. It featured boots on the ground movement. And again, great weapons, great maps. The Search and Destroy in Call of Duty 4 was amazing, still is to the day, even on the remastered version. And then Black Ops 3 was another one of those new Call of Duty with the new movement systems. Much different than Advanced Warfare. I like the movement system much better in Black Ops 3. Black Ops 3 had great score streaks. I love the score streaks. Great maps. There was a couple maps I didn't like, but for the most part, the maps were great. Now the weapon balancing was, I mean, it was all right. It wasn't the greatest. It wasn't the worst. The game was basically based around SMGs, with weapons like the Vesper and the VMP being the best SMGs in the game. If you were a hardcore player, then the Razorback was pretty much the god gun in hardcore. But with this one, we are going old school. Just because it was so good that they remastered the game, baby. So we're going to go ahead and advance Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare. They will take on MW2 in the semifinals. It's going to be Infinity Ward versus Infinity Ward in the semifinals. So we're guaranteed an Infinity Ward in the finals. Let's go ahead and move on to the lower part of the bracket. All right, we got Call of Duty World at War, the 3 seed, taking on the 6 seed Call of Duty Black Ops 1. Both games made by Treyarch. Both games boots on the ground. Both games featured zombies. In this one, we are going to go over which one is better. And we're going to talk about multiplayer and we're going to talk about zombies. Both campaigns are really good. I enjoyed both campaigns. Black Ops 1, of course, featured probably one of the most popular maps in Call of Duty history, and that is Nuketown. But what sets these games apart were the zombies. The zombies in World at War, I believe, were better. And multiplayer, I loved World at War. It was just like a throwback game. Black Ops 1 multiplayer was just as good. I promise you that. If you haven't played any of these games, go ahead and play both of them. Both of these games are legit. And this is a unique matchup because both of these games could be the best Call of Duties ever made. But in this one, we are going to go ahead and advance Call of Duty World at War. And so far, Black Ops is not doing a good job, but World at War, definitely a good game. Let's move on to the 2 and 7 matchup. We have Black Ops 2 against MW3. This is another one of those games where we both had boots on the ground. Both these games had really good multiplayer. Both of these games had really good campaign. Black Ops 2, in my opinion, had the better score streaks. MW3, I think, was a better game to snipe in, but you can also snipe in well in Black Ops 2. Black Ops 2 also, I think the weapon balancing was a little bit better. You can rock anything in there. SMGs, assault rifles, you can even rock shotgun. Plus we have the C4 sandwich. Everyone loves the C4 sandwich. MW3 though, the thing I liked about MW3 were the maps. And why I liked the maps is because they were small ones, they were big ones, and they were medium ones. It was not based all on big maps like Ghost. It was not based all on small maps like a game like, we'll say, Black Ops 3. Those, pretty small maps right there. But we're going to go ahead and we're going to advance Call of Duty Black Ops 2. They will be taking on Call of Duty World at War in the semifinals. So we have a Treyarch versus Treyarch, and then we also have an Infinity Ward against an Infinity Ward. So we are guaranteed an Infinity Ward versus Treyarch in the finals. Let's move on. All right, things are taking shape so far, guys. In the semifinals, we have the 1 versus the 4 and the 2 versus the 3. And if you guys don't know about anything about brackets or tournaments, that is how it's supposed to be. Will things change? Who knows? Let's get into it. The first matchup we have is the number 1 seed, MW2, taking on the number 4 seed, Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare. Both these games are great. They're both boots on the ground. One got remastered. Everyone wants MW2 to get remastered. But when it comes down to picking the winner, I am going to go with Call of Duty MW2. When it comes down to it, it's all about the flow. I feel MW2 had the flow, the weapon balancing, the score streaks, all of them I think were going to propel and take MW2 over the top of Call of Duty 4 and Modern Warfare. So we're going to go ahead and advance MW2 in the finals. Now, the last semifinal matchup, we have the 2 seed, Black Ops 2, against the 3 seed, Call of Duty World at War. What I like about both these games is they both featured a variety of guns and maps and zombies. The weapon balancing was great in both these games. The maps were terrific in both these games. Both zombies were great, and that's what sets this matchup apart. World at War had great zombies, but Black Ops 2 had, in my mind, the best zombie map ever made, and that is Mob of the Dead. And we also got in Black Ops 2 two of the greatest maps from Black Ops 1, and that is Firing Range, which they renamed the Studio, and we also got that snow map with the big building in the middle. You guys know what I'm talking about. I don't know the name off the top of my head, but we also got that. And we also got maps like Raid. We also got maps like Yemen. We got maps like Standoff. We got maps like Carrier. And we also had score streaks like the Dogs. We had score streaks like the Swarm, the Warthog, the little robot that went around and killed everyone. It was tremendous. So we're going to go ahead and move Black Ops 2 into the finals to take on Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. And the stage is set for the finals, guys. Everything's going as planned. We have the 1 seed versus the 2 seed. In my opinion, we have the two. Did I just say poo? What the hell is wrong with me? We have the two best Call of Duty games ever made in the finals. The number 1 seed moved on, beat the number 8 seed Advanced Warfare, and they beat the number 4 seed Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare to get to the finals. And Black Ops 2, they defeated a great game in World at War in the semifinals to move on. So we have 1 seed Modern Warfare 2 against the 2 seed Black Ops 2. Both these games are great. As you can see in this video, I have praised both of them. Modern Warfare 2, great campaign, great multiplayer, great weapon balancing, great maps, great score streaks. Black Ops 2, same thing, but they have zombies, and we all love zombies. I also like the maps better. I like the gun selection better. I like the score streaks better. So you MW2 fans, I'm very sorry, but we are going to go ahead and award the first episode of the bracket, the best Call of Duty, to Call of Duty Black Ops 2. So we have a winner here, guys, on the very first episode of the bracket. It is Call of Duty Black Ops 2. The flow of the game, to me, won it for them. And the best thing about it is we might get it on backwards compatibility if you're an Xbox player, which is terrific. Anyways, guys, this has been the very first episode of the bracket. We're going to continue the Call of Duty mood on the second episode of the bracket. We're going to take 16 of the best Call of Duty YouTubers, put them in a bracket, and we're going to find out which one reigns supreme. Don't forget to drop a like on this video. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new. Always stay updated with me on Twitter, @ReallyNoob. That is noob with 3 O's, guys. Don't hate, eat cake, stay cool, fool, stick thighs and bright eyes, and as always, guys, stay grinding.